And there it is.
Here
Epstein
we
broke $1 billion deal with Mandelson. And there's a little picture of him in his robe with Jeffrey Epstein on Epstein's 50th birthday. We call it we don't call it a robe, we call it a dressing gown where I'm from. But bathrobe.
With my reputation, he looks like that far-shaped cat. You know the one?
Yeah.
Me alone with these schoolgirls with my reputation.
It is a handwritten note, and it says, "But wherever he is in the world, he remains my best pal." Oh,
wherever he is.
Not great for old Mandy, is it? That one?
No, not at all. So yesterday I discussed this on GBN, and I was kind of saying, look, his thank you letter, no matter how 10 pages long and gushing it was, which I find actually weird, but that's just, that's me personally. I think a lot of people do, to be honest. It seemed to have been written at that point, long before the first indictment for any essay on children. Now, this deal was done after a conviction, not after a suspicion, after a conviction. So the UK Labour government at the time is using a convicted SA child attacker to broker a deal of a taxpayer-owned bank business to the tune of £1 billion with a guy that had already been convicted, sentenced, the lot. So how does that? And then because he's such a bad judge, Keir Starmer, he's such a bad judge. He's
it's a
come
strange
out,
one, isn't it? He was, like you say, it was negotiated. Oh, he has to defend, doesn't he? But isn't that like backing a Premier League manager when you know they're basically gone?
Yeah, but now it's against the backdrop of absolutely everything else that's going on. It's carnage. He's losing control all over the place.
Yes.
And look, Peter Mandelson, from what I understand, is a very shrewd political operator. Probably one of the best people on his skill set alone to be in that role. And I'm happy to admit that if that's the case. But scandal follows him everywhere. I've said before, no one knows who the wrong-uns are until they're identified. But the quickest way to identify the wrong-uns is to find out if Peter Mandelson's been hanging out with him. Because his political career is just peppered with him inadvertently or willingly getting involved with the wrong character, borrowing from the wrong person, being associated in business with the wrong group of people. And this will end Peter Mandelson, I'm sure, in terms of this part of his political career. And as a result, will cast a great big shadow over Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer, just a week ago, when asked about whether he'd sack Angela Rayner if the independent review found against her, was unable to answer. So why did he answer this question? He is so good at avoiding. I don't understand why he came out so strongly to bat.
It was always quite a strange appointment, wasn't it? People said, well, hang on, Mandelson coming back in, he's got to get on with the Trump administration. But he was then seen as a kind of old hand and he knows what he's doing. And there was that aspect. And it went better than people thought initially with the trade deal and so on. But yes, now it looks bad. And as you say, this $1 billion deal was negotiated while Mandelson was business secretary, only months after Epstein had been released from prison. So that's your big problem there.